My wife said, "It's not like that, but I found their hotel booking for the weekend." I didn't know how to respond. Her voice was soft, almost pleading, like she was trying to convince herself more than me. She sat on the edge of the couch, the same place we'd sat together countless times, watching TV, making plans, just being. But tonight, everything felt different. I was holding my phone, still open to the hotel reservation page. The confirmation email, the dates, the details. Everything was right there in front of me. She had left her email open on the kitchen table, a mistake I never would have noticed if I hadn't been looking for something else. I didn't want to believe it, but there it was. A weekend getaway, a couple's suite, 2 nights at a hotel just an hour outside of town. It was booked for this weekend, and I wasn't the one she was going with. She looked at me now, her lips trembling, eyes wide, waiting for some kind of response. The air felt too thick, like I was drowning in it. My palms were sweaty as I gripped the phone tighter, feeling my heartbeat in my chest, the blood rushing in my ears. "Who is it, Julie?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. It felt like I was suffocating on the words. "Who are you going with?" Her shoulders stiffened, and she shook her head, eyes avoiding mine like she was ashamed, or worse, guilty. "It's not like that, Jason. I swear," she repeated, like that would make it better. "We're just friends. You're overreacting." I could feel the anger rise in my throat, sharp and bitter, but I swallowed it down, trying to stay calm. I didn't want to shout. I didn't want to make this worse, but God, I felt like I was going to lose it. "Then why didn't you tell me? Why is there a hotel reservation? You've been planning this for weeks, haven't you?" She looked at me for a long moment, and I thought maybe she was trying to find the right words, but no. She wasn't looking for words. She was trying to figure out how much she could say without really saying it. And in that silence, I realized how much she had been hiding from me, how much she thought I wouldn't notice. I don't know, Jason. It just happened," she said quietly, her voice breaking at the end. She reached out toward me, like she was trying to touch my arm or get me to listen, but I pulled away. The truth hit me hard, like a punch in the stomach. I didn't need her to explain anymore. The room was spinning, my thoughts racing in 100 directions. There was no escaping it. I couldn't look at her the same way anymore. It was a Tuesday night when I found the booking, but in my mind, it felt like the end of everything. Julie and I had been married for 6 years. 6 years. We had built a life together. Our first house, 2 dogs, weekend trips to the lake, date nights when we could manage to get a sitter for the kids. Things weren't perfect, but I honestly thought we were doing okay. Sure, there had been some tension lately, work stress, the kids getting older and more demanding, the usual stuff, but this was something else. I never thought she'd do something like this. She had always been the one to reassure me, to calm my anxieties. "You're overthinking, Jace," she'd tell me. And I would believe her. I trusted her completely. I thought we were on the same team, you know? But now I wasn't so sure. "Please," Julie said again, her voice pleading, but I could hear the cracks in it now. She sounded so small, so different from the woman I married. "You're not hearing me. I swear it's nothing. Please don't do this. Don't jump to conclusions." "Nothing," I shot back, my voice rising despite my best efforts. "Nothing? You're going away for the weekend with some guy I don't even know. How is that nothing, Julie?" Her face went pale, her eyes wide, but there was no real answer. Just that same, uncomfortable silence between us. I could see her hands trembling now. She was scared of losing me, scared of facing the truth. But I wasn't sure I could trust her anymore. Trust was a fragile thing, and it felt like it was shattering right before my eyes. "I'm not doing this," I muttered under my breath, pacing across the room, trying to get a hold of myself. Try to breathe. I can't just pretend everything's fine when you're keeping secrets like this. She stood up abruptly, and I could see the panic in her eyes. "Jason, please, you have to listen to me. It's not what you think." But I didn't want to listen. At least, not to that. I didn't want her to tell me it was all a misunderstanding, that I was being paranoid. Because, deep down, I knew what was happening here. I wasn't stupid. This wasn't a harmless weekend trip with a friend. I could feel it in my bones, the sinking feeling that told me everything I needed to know. I turned away, staring out the window. The darkness outside seemed to match the heaviness that had settled in my chest. My mind kept flashing back to the details in the hotel booking. The weekend dates, the couple's suite, the fact that there was no mention of me at all. Why would she keep it from me? Why didn't she tell me before? I wanted to confront her. I wanted answers, but I didn't know if I was ready to hear them. Julie's voice cut through the silence again, softer this time, almost pleading. I never meant to hurt you, Jace. Please don't do this. Don't let this ruin everything. But how could I not? How could I just pretend everything was fine when I felt like she was slipping away from me, piece by piece? Part 2. I didn't answer her. I couldn't. The words felt stuck in my throat, like I was choking on them. Instead, I just kept looking out the window, watching the streetlights flicker across the wet pavement. It was like my entire world had tilted sideways, and nothing made sense anymore. My mind was spiraling, filling with questions that I didn't even know how to ask. Julie's voice was quieter now, like she was giving me space, but the silence between us was suffocating. I could feel her eyes on my back, waiting for me to say something, but I had no idea what to say. What could I say that wouldn't make this worse? I'm sorry, she said after a long pause, her voice fragile, like she was holding on to the last thread of hope. I messed up. I should have told you. I was just scared. I turned to face her then, the words coming out before I could stop them. Scared? Scared of what? Scared of me? My voice broke, and I hated how weak it sounded. You think I wouldn't understand? I thought we were better than this. Julie, I thought you trusted me. She looked down, hands twisting in front of her. She was trying to hold herself together, but I could see how much she was unraveling. It's not like you think, she repeated, but there was less conviction in her voice now. The words didn't carry the same weight. I never meant for this to happen. I never meant to hurt you. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself. This wasn't helping. Yelling, blaming, it wasn't going to get us anywhere. But I didn't know how else to respond. Part of me wanted to just walk out, get in my car, and drive until I didn't feel like I was losing my mind. But where would I go? And even if I left, would that really change anything? What exactly happened, Julie? I asked, my voice quieter now, even though I didn't feel calm. What's going on with you and this guy? She hesitated for a long time, like she was trying to piece the story together in a way that wouldn't tear us both apart. When she finally spoke, it came out in a rush, like she was scared if she didn't say it all at once, she'd never be able to say it at all. It's complicated, she began. I've known Tom for a while. We met through work a couple of years ago. We've always been friends. But recently, I don't know, things just changed. She paused, looking at me, as if gauging how much I was taking in. I didn't mean for it to go this far, but I guess I started feeling something for him. It wasn't planned, I swear. I was confused, and I didn't know how to talk to you about it. I didn't want to hurt you, so I kept it to myself. I didn't know what to do. I stared at her, my stomach twisting. I could barely process what she was saying. Tom? The same guy I'd heard her mention a few times before, when they'd had late-night work talks or after-dinner phone calls. I had always brushed it off, told myself I was being paranoid when I felt a little uncomfortable about it. But now it felt like everything I had ever brushed off was coming back to bite me. So what? You're in love with him now. The words slipped out before I could stop them, and I hated myself for saying it that way. But I couldn't stop the anger from coming out. You're cheating on me, Julie. No. Her voice cracked, her eyes welling up with tears. No, I'm not cheating on you, Jace. I swear, I haven't slept with him. It's just, everything's just so messed up right now. I don't know what I feel. I don't know what's happening anymore. I could see how much she was hurting, but it didn't make me feel any better. I wasn't sure what to believe anymore. All these little things, the late nights, the secretive texts, the trips that she had started taking without me. Now they all made sense, and it felt like my whole world was crumbling around me. I took a step back, running a hand through my hair. And the weekend getaway? Was that nothing too? Just two friends going to a hotel together for 2 nights. Her face flushed with guilt. I wasn't thinking clearly. I thought I could just get away and figure things out. Clear my head. I didn't want to hurt you, Jace. I thought maybe if I could just escape for a little while, I could come back and be okay. But I was wrong. I see that now. I felt like I was losing my grip on everything I thought I knew about my wife. So what? You're just going to leave me for a weekend with him? And then what? You come back and everything's fine again. No, no, that's not it, she cried, standing up and taking a step toward me. I don't want to leave you. I never wanted to leave you. She stopped, her chest rising and falling with shaky breaths. I got confused. I didn't know what to do. I've been miserable too, Jace. You don't even see it. I'm so sorry. I hate what I'm doing to you. I hate that I'm hurting you like this. I wish I could take it all back. The pain in her voice was real, but it felt so distant, like we were standing on opposite sides of a canyon. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the trust we'd built over the years, was it gone now? Could we ever get it back? You should have told me sooner, I muttered, more to myself than to her. I could have handled it. I could have worked with you on this. But you've been hiding it, and now everything's just a lie. Julie shook her head, stepping closer, but I didn't know if I wanted her near me anymore. I didn't want to hurt you. I never meant to hurt you. You have to believe me. I don't know if I can anymore, I whispered, the words tasting bitter in my mouth. I don't know if I can trust you, Julie. And that was the truth. I didn't know if I could ever trust her again.